It's WrestleMania time.
Yeah.
Meaning, this is the last video that we shoot before WrestleMania weekend.
Indeed. There's a lot going on. And if you haven't caught the last two videos that I've done, hey, Robbie K's back.
Hey, that's me.
And we are just kind of running through the build to the matches at the shows, since we haven't been doing reviews on the regular. So we're going to kick it off with NXT Takeover New York, because we just watched the UK, and NXT. So we'll get started off with the UK Championship. Pete Dunne defending against Walter. This has been building since UK Takeover Blackpool, when Walter made his debut. It's been kind of a respectful thing, you know, both guys dominant in their own right, and it finally just coming to a head where both of them realize that either of them are each other's greatest opponent. There's essentially, Pete Dunne realizes that he will beat everybody and keep this title forever unless he faces Walter, but still feels like he'll beat Walter. And Walter feels like, well, I could crush everyone in NXT UK, including Pete Dunne, so I'm going to do it and take the UK Championship with me. So, that being said, I think we're both kind of in the same boat. We both think this is Pete Dunne's last hurrah as UK Champion.
Yeah, it's going to be a war.
It's good. Where do you think this is going to be on the card? Is this going to open it, or is this going to be like mid Takeover?
I think it's going to be the second to last.
Oh, semi-main to Colt Gargano?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. Interesting.
Definitely going Walter on this one.
Yeah.
Pete's had that title for
almost 3 years.
Yeah. Long time. And it's one of those things, and I think there's a story that's going to build out of this.
Okay. And
it's that Pete Dunne won't be able to beat Walter.
Oh. That's one person that Pete Dunne will never beat.
It's, Pete Dunne will lose the title. A few months down the road, Pete Dunne will probably earn a rematch, get another shot at it, maybe get 2 shots at it, not win. Walter will potentially drop the belt to somebody else. But then even at that point, when Walter's no longer a champion, Pete Dunne still won't be able to beat him.
Do you think Walter's going to keep it anywhere near as long as Pete Dunne?
Year tops.
Okay.
And mainly what I'm basing this off of is that Walter just got done with this really epically long storyline with David Starr.
Oh.
Which was the exact same thing. Which is
okay.
They'd wrestled each other like a dozen times over various promotions, and at no point could David Starr beat Walter.
Okay.
And then the very last time they did it, right before Walter got signed, they even had it where in the match, I think it was like a ref bump spot, and David Starr got Walter to tap out.
Oh, but the ref was out?
And then Walter still won the match.
Damn.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking moment for David Starr.
So I think WWE's going to just rewrap the same storyline,
all right,
but with Pete Dunne.
That works.
Because I think it's going to be a money match, no matter how many times they package it and put it out.
They're two of the UK's biggest stars, and it's under the WWE banner, and this is the first time it's happening. So that in its own right is big.
Yeah.
So, they can't really run it into the ground with...
Yet.
I guess he can't...
It is WWE.
But I trust the NXT side of things to not run it into the ground. I trust Triple H and his booking abilities to continually give us the same match, but not make us feel like we've seen the same match 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move on to the NXT Tag Team Titles. The War Raiders defend against the Dusty Classic winners Ricochet and Aleister Black. Ricochet and Aleister Black kind of thrown together just for this tournament.
Yeah. Every year the Dusty Classic's got it's usually... Typically it's been the singles champion and another top guy, but then it was just kind of the North American champion or ex-North American champion and ex-NXT champion.
Yeah.
Like, two top singles guys, let's put them together and make them a team.
Second time in 4 years where a throw-together team has won the tournament. Kind of bookending the last 2 years where actual tag teams have won. War Raiders haven't really been on TV until what we just watched, where they destroyed a Jobber team and then Adrian Jaoud and Cesar Bononi, which are a slightly better Jobber team.
They're also slightly more Brazilian.
Yeah, because the other guys were pasty as fuck. Yeah, so, I mean, I have my views on how, where Ricochet and Alistair are going, and it's not winning the NXT Tag Team titles.
No. I mean, would it shock me to see them win it? No. But it's a nonsensical way to go about things.
Especially since the War Raiders haven't been able to do anything with the tag titles yet. So
yeah, no, I'm also going War Raiders.
Yeah. No, I've as you guys already know, if you watched it, I think Ricochet and Alistair are taking the SmackDown Tag Titles. That's my that's a little spoiler for you heading into your WrestleMania predictions, which we're going to be getting Robbie K's WrestleMania predictions once we're done with Takeover here. We got a 4 corners NXT Women's Championship potential ladder match.
Yeah, you seen that graphic controversy?
I didn't know until he told me. Yeah, there are ladders under all 4 of these ladies on the graphic, but we didn't get an announcement on NXT. We haven't really checked social media yet to see if it's been a thing, but I think we'd know by now.
Yeah.
But regardless, we have Shayna Baszler defending the NXT Women's Championship against Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane. This is built from a lot of different things. It's built from Evolution. It's built from, Bianca Belair being undefeated and, having her
undefeated.
Her feud with Shayna Baszler and her pseudo relationship with Io and Kairi, and it's a lot of layers.
It's the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, it's
original.
It's a lot of layers on layers on layers type of thing.
And now in the winter,
it's like an onion. And now the last thing we saw was just a giant brawl of the entire NXT Women's roster. Which was fun. That's a cool way to send us into Takeover. So I'll kick it to you first. Who do you think is taking this NXT Women's Championship?
I'm going with Io Shirai.
Me too. I think we're just gonna agree on this whole card.
Potentially. It's one of those things. Io is supposed to be where Kairi was.
Yep.
So. This is just it, but late.
Yeah, and Kairi's already had her time as NXT Women's Champion. Could have been a little longer, but I think this is going to... We're going to keep seeing the build, and Io's first defense will probably be Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
And then we have the North American Championship. The Velveteen Dream defends against Matt Riddle. Bro. This has been an interesting build.
It's been a lot more promo forward than anything else.
And it's been like a build from afar. There hasn't really been tension between the two of them. It's just been the Dream is just talking a bunch trash about how cool he is as North American Championship, as not as the championship, but as champion. And Matt Riddle's like, I like that belt. I want to look at that belt. I kind of want that belt. And that's how we've built this feud. So it's just Matt Riddle wanted to see the title, and now he just wants it.
Yeah. Also to note that Matt Riddle is still undefeated.
Yes. Yes, he is.
If you don't count losing in a 5-way match.
That's true.
He didn't lose the match.
Yeah, he wasn't pinned by Adam Cole.
That was Ricochet.
Ricochet, yes.
But he's still, as far as at least singles competition, as far as that kind of a thing goes, Mr. Riddle is undefeated.
Yeah.
Velveteen, not so much.
No, but I'm going with Velveteen retaining this championship.
Yeah, here's where we're going to differ.
Oh.
Matt Riddle.
Is he taking the title?
Yeah.
Or okay.
I think so. Regardless, I think they're not going to kill Matt Riddle's undefeated streak yet.
Okay. Matt Riddle is like the one guy on the entire NXT roster that really won't be affected by Velveteen's mind games because he's just so stoned out of his mind. He's probably just like, whatever, that's cool, man.
Here's where it's at for me is we're at that time.
Right.
Despite the fact that we've already seen all these call-ups.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's WrestleMania season, so more people are going to get called up.
And we've got the Superstar Shakeup the week following.
You think Velveteen's getting called up?
I think they're going to get ready to bring Velveteen up.
Oh no! Well, this will be the last time you see the Velveteen Dream do anything decent.
Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's why Matt Riddle's going to be taking the belt.
All right, fair enough. And then in the main event, due to Tommaso Ciampa having to have neck surgery, we are crowning a brand new NXT champion in a 2 out of 3 falls, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. Baby! And I'm giving it to Adam Cole.
You're giving it to Adam Cole?
I am.
I'm giving it to Gargano.
Okay.
But I think Cole is going to be the man who beats Gargano for it.
The great thing about this, like the build to this has been so fast, but feels like it makes so much sense because with how roughshod Undisputed Era has run through NXT and Johnny Gargano even being the victim of that multiple times, and now Johnny having gone through this whole feud and then reunion and then again breaking up DIY, it's just there's so many things that it shouldn't make sense because of how fast it is, but I feel like the feud between Johnny and Adam is so personal just based on not even the recent stuff but the last 2 years of stuff.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I have a projected idea of where the NXT Championship is going to be bouncing around for the next year.
Okay.
Essentially, and what I think is that Gargano's going to take it here, probably the next Takeover. I don't think he's going to keep it very long.
Okay.
But this is going to be
about as long as he held the.
Yeah, this is going to be the big feel-good moment that everybody has been wanting.
Okay.
Mania weekend, no better time to do it.
Johnny Takeover finally wins a Takeover.
Maybe the next Takeover, maybe the one after. Adam Cole's going to get another shot. Adam Cole's going to take it, obviously, due to help from
Undisputed
Era. I think this one's going to be a fairly even, clean match.
Oh,
maybe a little bit of interference, but whatever happens,
at least one member of Undisputed Era has to get involved in this match.
I think essentially what it'll be is I think Gargano's going to be ready for it, and whoever pops out is going to just eat a super kick right away, kind of thing.
All right.
But essentially down the line, when Ciampa comes back, he's going to be going for Adam Cole.
Okay.
As champion.
All right.
And in 1 year's time from now, we'll finally get Gargano versus Ciampa for the championship. At next year's Mania weekend.
WrestleMania 36. All right. Well, speaking of WrestleMania, it's time to find out who Robbie K thinks is going to win this Sunday at the grandest stage of them all. We got
so many matches.
We got 15 matches. We're going to run through them.
15 matches, and that's still not including if they decide to add in a Raw Tag Team Championship match, or if John Cena and or Mr. Taker show up and do anything.
Indeed.
And then you're talking, you've also got musical guests. You've got Elias
has a performance.
Alexa Bliss is going to be doing something because she's hosting.
Yeah, I think she'll kind of jump in and out, kind of like the New Day did a couple years ago. So it'll be we'll see how it goes here. All right, so kicking it off, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who's winning this?
I'm picking somebody who's not announced to be in the Battle Royal yet. I am picking Luke Harper.
Hell yes, I'm all for that. Except I'd rather get the point for my guy, which I'm going for
Apollo Crews.
I'm quit looking at my notes.
Yeah, and it makes sense because they put Apollo Crews over really hard on Raw.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing. Is like, hey, they're pushing him, and so they're like, hey, we're gonna give you this thing that no one really cares about, but you can say that you won at WrestleMania type of thing.
Here's my thing. I think Luke Harper's gonna win it, and I think it's actually gonna work for him.
Let's hope. I would love for that to happen.
Yeah.
It kind of worked for Matt Hardy because we did the Deleters of Worlds. So, all right, and going on to the Women's Battle Royal. We got a lot of ladies announced. Most of the ladies announced, other than the ones that are in title matches.
Yeah. As far as I looked, it's everyone left over on the roster.
Yeah.
Sans Maria Kanellis.
Yeah, she hasn't really been training to do in-ring stuff, so...
And then I think also Alicia Fox.
Yeah, Alicia's still in, controversy
a little
territory,
hot water.
So yeah, that might not happen.
And then a little TBA attached to it because it's not going to only be... Because it's 13 people.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's not...
There's going to be some NXT ladies that show up. There's probably going to be some UK ladies that show up.
And that... They're gonna love to sprinkle in a few legends.
Hell, Tori's going into the Hall of Fame the night before. I wouldn't be surprised if she shows up.
Yeah.
So.
Gosh.
And I don't know if this is confirmed, but I heard that there's potential it's a number one contender. It's next person in line for a championship, considering the triple threat match is now winner take all.
Yeah. I'm going to go with, just because I've really given this zero forethought.
You got Asuka, you got Naomi, you got other people. Asuka and Naomi. They're
you know what? I'm going to give it to Carmella.
Oh, wow. Okay.
With an exception.
Okay.
If Alexa Bliss comes out and announces herself to be in the Battle Royal, she'll win.
I will agree with that.
All right.
Otherwise, I'm going with Lacey Evans.
She's another one. I don't think she's actually confirmed in the Battle Royal yet.
I don't know, but
she did the little walkout thing on
Smackdown. That's my whole thing. Is she's gonna she might not even be in there when the bell rings. So just
no. I'm changing my pick. Not Carmella.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Mandy Rose.
Oh, that's a good pick. I can see that happening. They put over a lot of what if Sonya eliminates Mandy? No. And Corey Graves no, Mandy's going to eliminate everybody, and then she's going to win. And then our third and final pre-show match, because why, is the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy. Okay. He's not even going to give Tony Nese a thought.
Well, how good... how good do the sidekicks fare against the big bad villains
That's
often?
Fair. I'm going for Buddy Murphy too.
Did Alex Riley ever really usurp The Miz?
Who?
Exactly.
Chris Harris. No, anyway, alright, moving on. Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, Universal Championship on the line.
Seth.
For the love of God, we hope.
Again, it's WWE, so it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
But, they did send a pretty emphatic statement on Raw this go-around.
That's true.
The caveat here being, unless they change the rules of the match, Seth isn't going to actually be able to hit Brock Lesnar in the balls multiple times.
Yeah, I thought that was weird that Charlie made sure he knew that. Hey Seth, did you know that low blows are not allowed in matches? Who would have fucking knew? But hopefully Seth has a different game plan. No holds barred match, Triple H versus Batista. If Batista wins, Triple H's in-ring career is over.
Triple H.
I agree.
Because there's no way Triple H is going out in a match against Batista, of all people. Maybe Orton.
Maybe.
But not Batista.
Hell, speaking of Randy Orton, he's going against AJ Styles.
Yeah, I don't know who you got for this one.
I'm going AJ.
And why?
Based on what Randy Orton said on SmackDown, he said now that John Cena's gone to Hollywood, that AJ Styles is the company bitch. And I feel like the fact that AJ has even done things with Vince, I feel like Vince has a lot of stock in AJ. And so not necessarily to the point of John Cena, but I feel like he's going to be getting the John Cena treatment. So I think just based on that, and technically they brawled afterwards, and Randy Orton won the brawl by hitting an RKO out of the phenomenal forearm. So I'm giving it to AJ.
Yeah, I'm going AJ as well. Based off of that backwards WWE logic, because Orton has gotten the upper hand too many times, in my opinion.
He's been
because they pushed that RK out of nowhere thing so hard.
Yeah, he's been attacking AJ on the regular. So.
Yeah, and popping out of nowhere with RKOs.
Absolutely.
So it's one of those things. AJ's gonna take it.
Yeah. Falls count anywhere. Shane McMahon versus The Miz.
Oh, this is a toughie. How's Shane McMahon's WrestleMania track record been recently?
Lost against The Undertaker, lost against AJ.
Lost against Kevin Owens?
Lost against Kevin Owens, so not
very
good.
Shane's taking it then.
Holy shit, okay. Alright.
He's a McMahon.
Yeah. That's why I think he's losing.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know.
Go and stew on that one for a bit.
It's just one of those ones where it's how much stock will WWE actually put in pushing The Miz as a babyface? Because the last time they did it, it did not go well.
Yeah, no, that's been my biggest issue with the build to this match, is that Miz as a go-get-em babyface doesn't work.
Which, I mean, in this storyline, it really has, and it's flourished. And I think it's gotten The Miz more over than he's been in a long time. But I also feel like a lot of this was done to shoehorn Shane into a match at WrestleMania. Which, the bit, not shoehorn in a way that it didn't seem like he had a spot, because this has obviously been in the works for a long time.
Right.
But I feel like prior to the whole bringing McMahon's back onto TV, where at the time Shane was the only one appearing regularly.
Right.
That I think initially we were going to go into WrestleMania with Miz as the heel and Shane as the babyface.
Probably.
But now the roles are reversed, and I think Shane's going to take it, and what it's going to be is can we elevate The Miz a little bit more before maybe he beats Shane in the next pay-per-view.
All right. Kurt Angle's final match against Baron Corbin.
The dumpster fire.
I don't know if Corbin's actually going to make it to this match. I think he might end up getting replaced last minute by someone, potentially John Cena. But regardless, I think Kurt Angle's going out on top.
Yeah, maybe. I think if it's Kurt versus Corbin, Kurt Angle's going to win.
Okay.
Because I don't think Corbin doesn't need the rub.
No.
This is a weird one, because you get a lot of guys where it's like, oh, hey, you're going to beat this guy in his last match out. And it's going to be a big deal. This whole storyline kind of is going around the idea that Corbin is just making fun of how old and slow and decrepit Kurt Angle looks.
Yeah.
So it's a terrible booking decision to have Baron Corbin tear down Kurt Angle and then go over on him.
Yeah.
Because all he's done is just now, you can say oh, yeah, you're weak and stupid, and so then if you beat somebody who you're constantly berating as weak and stupid, it doesn't make you look good.
No. And on top of that, they're not going to have Corbin going, oh, you're weak and stupid, and then have prove himself right at WrestleMania by retiring Kurt Angle.
Yeah. So Kurt's going to win. Plus, that's just the whole Kurt finally gets his comeuppance because of the Corbin taking his spot thing.
Exactly.
If Corbin is replaced by Cena, Cena's taking it.
All right. I'm going with Kurt Angle regardless. United States Championship match, potentially in
Jeopardy.
Apparently, Rey Mysterio potentially hurt himself and might be out of Mania. But regardless, currently it is Samoa Joe defending against Rey Mysterio.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I agree. He hasn't had that title long enough. Women's tag titles on the line. Big time match for the ladies. The Boston Hug Connection against the Divas of Doom, the Iconics, and the Samoan Slaughterhouse.
Gotta go with the Boston Hug Connection.
I agree.
They just need... It's... a couple reasons. Divas of Doom are not going to take it.
Nope.
Because this is probably going to be a one-off.
Yes. Yeah, Beth ain't coming back for a full run.
If they didn't drop it to Nia and Tamina
at Fastlane,
they're not going to do it at WrestleMania.
Agreed.
And if the Iconics are going to win, it will be 1-on-1. Or technically 2-on-2.
Yeah, a regular tag team match. Fair enough. All right. Intercontinental Championship, Bobby Trashley versus the Demon Finn Balor.
Gotta go with the Demon Finn because it's the Demon Finn.
Yeah, that's how you know Finn is definitely going to win.
How does the Demon Finn lose? Not often.
Do you understand how mad I'm going to be if Bobby Trashley beats the Demon this Sunday? I need you to record my rage if that happens because
the channel might shut down.
I might kill somebody and summon my own demon to kill Bobby Trashley. I won't do that because I don't know how. Brand new match just added a couple days ago. The Smackdown Tag Titles on the line. We have the Usos defending against Ricochet and Alistair, The Bar, and Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. Who you got? I already told you. Oh, cool. All right. So the Usos are according to us, the Usos are not walking out of WrestleMania as tag team champions.
Usos, I think, honestly, do have the best chance of winning.
I want the Usos to retain.
Yeah, and I think they have a really, really good chance of retaining because they had just signed new long-term contracts.
Oh, did they?
WWE.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't follow that stuff.
Yeah, apparently, close to 5 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, a big one. Well, WWE at this point is just handing out the biggest, most lucrative contracts they've done in a long time.
I hope they're not WCWing themselves.
Well, no, it's just they're trying to keep their guys out of AEW.
Right.
Obviously.
It's not working. Undertaker's at StarCast, and now JR's doing commentary for him.
Yeah. But I think for me, I want them to go back to... and just for a short while, because, I'm not a big fan of everything being rehashed over and over again, but let's just get a couple more really awesome matches out of the Usos versus The Bar again.
I'm cool with it.
Because, they pop that feud in, once, every other year.
Yes.
And it just always delivers.
Absolutely. Roman Reigns returns to WrestleMania to face Drew McIntyre.
Roman Reigns.
Uh-oh. I feel a caveat coming on here.
Because...
Oh, okay.
Here's a WrestleMania twist.
Okay.
Dean Ambrose will be the special guest referee.
Oh, that's fun. I like that idea. I'm all for that.
It's just another one of those things, Dean, on Monday, post-Raw, came out and dropped Baron Corbin with the Dirty Deeds, and then actually got up on the corners and pointed at the WrestleMania sign.
Huh.
So Dean indicating to the live audience, I mean, he could just be trolling, but indicating to the live audience that he will be at WrestleMania in some capacity.
That's probably going to be his last show.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing that he's going to be a last-minute special referee addition.
All right. And easily the two biggest matches of this card. First off, Daniel Bryan defends the WWE
Orange
Championship.
Cassidy versus Taka Michinoku.
Shut the fuck up. Daniel Bryan defends the WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, is there any way that I'm not going Kafefe?
Kafefe Kingstown. Man, I am so my body is ready to be so fucking excited that Kofi Kingston is WWE champion.
Yeah.
We have watched this dude's whole freaking career.
Yeah. And here's a mind-blowing thing that I had not realized until he said it in his promo, that Kofi Kingston in 11 years has not had a singles match for the WWE Championship.
Yep. He's been in Elimination Chambers. He's been in
multi-person
matches, but never a one. The closest he got was his feud against Randy Orton, and it never resulted in a one-on-one shot against Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous.
That's wow.
So the fact that it's happening now after 11 years of him being in WWE, go Kofi.
Yeah. Yeah. I do foresee this being the end of the New Day.
Ooh. I've had we don't need to get too far in this, but I've had some thoughts about that as well. I don't think it's going to be right away though.
For me, it's going to be at Mania or on SmackDown on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's breaking it up? Who's going to Seth Rollins this?
Big E and Woods.
They're both just going to break away?
I think they're going to turn him heel. The two of them will attack Kofi in his moment of glory.
No.
Yeah.
I'm putting some bad juju on SmackDown. I don't like it.
I'm just saying.
And in the real main event, the actual main event, triple threat.
They've been saying so much that this is the main event that if this does not close the show...
people will riot.
I will pee on something. I don't know.
Charlotte Flair.
I'll go burn down Titan Towers. Even though WWE just sold Titan Towers. So they're changing home bases.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes. Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey are defending their championship. Winner take all. Becky Lynch is taking it all.
Yeah, she's being pushed to be the face of the company at this point.
Yeah.
However, I see that the having whoever wins this be the champion of both brands is a very easy way of just dropping them without having to reason it with the shake up or the brand split.
Yeah.
Is an easy way to just drop somebody off on whatever brand they want. Whereas it'll be like, per se, Becky wins, and they want her on Raw, then all they have to do is just have her, next pay-per-view, she drops the SmackDown Championship.
I thought you were going to say, if she's on Raw, she's only going to come out with the Raw Women's Championship, and she's on SmackDown, she only comes out with the SmackDown Championship.
No, it's just, you have somebody with both belts, and then you decide what show you want them on, so all you have to do is book them to lose the other belt.
Yeah. My thought is Becky wins. Ronda, there's issue. Ronda's potentially done. For whatever her contract negotiations end up being. But I see if Ronda is done, Becky wins. We continue to build the feud for one more one-on-one match between Becky and Charlotte at whatever the next show is for the brand new WWE Women's Championship.
A unified belt.
Yes. I think that's specifically because the tag team titles are now going to all three brands. I think they're going to solidify the women's division as one division across both Raw and SmackDown.
That makes sense. I'm still saying Becky Lynch, but also I would not be surprised because this was a rumor going into WrestleMania like last week when Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah,
was that Charlotte's belt was not actually going to be on the line.
Yeah, there was potentially she was just gonna. It was essentially that's what she was bringing to the match.
Yeah,
after Becky kind of called her out, like Ronda's got the title. I have the fan base. What do you have?
Yeah.
And so now she has a title. There was also rumors that Asuka was going to get a rematch and she'd have to wrestle twice. And so
Yeah, and essentially, big old Davey Meltzer boy.
Yeah.
Who
Davey Meltzer
pretends that he knows everything. What he was putting out into the internet realm was that, and I still think WWE could do this because WWE are the master of fuckery with main events.
Right.
Is that they wanted all 4 horsewomen of WWE to be champions at the end of WrestleMania.
Oh.
And so we could potentially see maybe Becky and Charlotte getting a double pin on Ronda.
That could still work for my idea.
So Becky would take the Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte would retain her SmackDown Women's Championship. Potentially having Bayley and Sasha come out to maybe fend off the 4 horsewomen from NXT.
Okay.
Coming out to interfere in the match.
I'm into that.
Which would set up for when Ronda comes back, that Survivor Series style 4 versus 4.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a long video, guys.
It has. And this is potentially your last video for a while post WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm going to be here right now. Because it's already happened. Then when we do our WrestleMania review, and then the punishment video that will go along with it over on Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
I told you things were changing here on the rundown. This is one of those things.
Yeah, it's, personal reasons, but it's not a goodbye.
Yes.
It's just a see you later.
Exactly.
I will try and sporadically pop over, more than likely, pay-per-view predictions and punishments.
Yeah.
And, I'll be sending as much content this direction as I can on my own.
And you know the drill. Click all the links, and we will see you after WrestleMania.
Hope it doesn't suck.
Hey! Takeover's going to be good, though.
Fuck Mo Jordis.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.